Multiple safes broken into, drawers ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes of...
What the feds just uncovered in Floyd Mayweather's house is terrifying. They're going after Floyd Mayweather's bag. Remember the brother that walked around with $100 million check in his bag, said he ain't even got to cash it? Well, they on his line.
I think it got to right now because the money gone. So the money's really gone.
We are witnessing an absolute nuclear meltdown in the world of high-stakes sports. Sources are now coming forward with explosive claims that federal agents have just blown the lid off a staggering $420 million fraud operation allegedly tied directly to Money Mayweather himself. Imagine the scene. FBI tactical teams reportedly swarming through his legendary, sprawling Las Vegas palace, turning his luxury empire upside down to uncover evidence of massive financial manipulation, shady offshore accounts, and suspicious investment schemes. This investigation is rocking the very foundations of
a couple toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys.
I haven't seen these?
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drive.
The drama intensified as federal investigators reportedly executed a high-level, coordinated strike on Mayweather's extravagant Las Vegas compound as part of a rapidly expanding criminal probe. Early reports from the scene indicate that the raid is connected to an incredibly complex financial web. We are talking about mysterious shell companies.
Hey, what's up everybody? So check it out, this morning I was walking through Beverly Hills and I passed by Floyd Mayweather's $30 million mansion. It's over 15,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, resort-style backyard.
Inside sources close to the investigation claim that agents walked away with a mountain of evidence, including countless encrypted electronic devices, years of secret transaction records, and offshore banking documents that were never meant to see the light of day. The scale of this is hard to wrap your head around. The total amount of money currently under the federal microscope sits at a
into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
For decades, Floyd has obsessed over flaunting his billionaire status to the world. The custom-built private jets, the one-of-a-kind limited edition supercars, diamond-encrusted jewelry that blinds the camera, and literal rooms overflowing with stacks of cold, hard cash. But federal investigators now strongly believe that a significant portion of that displayed wealth may have originated from dark, illegal sources. Confidential documents reportedly suggest he may have either deliberately endorsed or strategically pumped shady investment platforms that...
How much is that?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high.
Ooh.
18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. 1 point. That is sick, dude.
But wow. you gotta show him what he say, man.
Money green.
No, hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Stephen A. Smith isn't just some talking head. He has actually been inside the inner sanctum of Mayweather's world. He's walked through that palatial mansion, sat in those multi-million-dollar supercars, and traveled on the private jets. Because he's seen that level of opulence firsthand, Smith has a uniquely informed perspective on the sheer scale of Floyd's income and the supposed strategic discipline it takes to build and maintain a money machine of that size. This direct personal exposure is why his reaction to these
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm gonna embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
What makes Stephen A. Smith's passionate, almost angry reaction so credible is the fact that he's literally set foot inside Floyd Mayweather's private residence multiple times. In past interviews and viral podcast clips, he's described the estate as a breathing, tangible monument to unprecedented achievement, living proof of how far an individual can climb through raw skill.
Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 3-1.
And you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right. It's close to 15 million.
As Mayweather transitioned into the final exhibition era of his career, his underlying motivations seemed to shift from protecting the legacy to maximizing the profit. His controversial circus match against Logan Paul is the perfect example of this shift. Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back, publicly blasting the fight for having virtually zero competitive value. For a retired legend of Floyd's status to step into the ring with a YouTuber-turned-novice felt
Boxes, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
When the heat got real regarding Logan Paul's claims of missing payments on the Pivot podcast, Floyd's response was classic deflection. He tried to play it cool, telling the hosts he respects the YouTube creator space, but claimed the funds weren't missing, just delayed. He basically argued that massive multimillion-dollar payouts don't always transfer instantly. However, to anyone watching, it felt like a strategically vague and evasive answer designed to hide the truth about
Paul. He said you owe him some bread. How you feel about someone making those type of accusations?
That comes with the territory.
Right.
And you got to realize, when you used to getting, to them, that's real money. And I like YouTube because I don't mind getting a YouTube check.
Shit, we getting a YouTube check.
Right.
This is going to be a big YouTube check.
Yeah, so, the money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while, And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when a table is turned.
Right.
Look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the table is turned, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
Things took a turn for the bizarre when investigative reports started poking massive holes in Floyd's public claim that he acquired a $42 million real estate portfolio consisting of 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan. Floyd even posted a viral Instagram video touring the properties, emphatically shouting that he owns them 100% with no business partners involved. But here's the kicker. Property databases examined by Business Insider reportedly show absolutely no documented ownership transfers tied to those specific addresses, making his claims look like total fiction.
Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. didn't take those accusations lying down. He immediately fired back at the critics claiming his real estate deals were just a front. He doubled down on his story, insisting that he individually purchased every single one of those 62 Manhattan buildings with his own.
Yes, Floyd Mayweather has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion rather than full ownership of all 62 buildings outright. In summary, Floyd Mayweather has publicly claimed to purchase 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, aiming to enhance affordable housing in the area. While these claims have been widely reported, the exact details and confirmation of ownership are still subject to verification. So even ChatGPT is saying like that's not official. Whether Mayweather is saying it or not, ChatGPT is saying it's not official. That deal has not gone through.
However, the legal records tell a much different and more embarrassing story. Analysts suggest Mayweather might only hold a tiny minority stake with an option to buy more later, a far cry from owning the whole block. This massive discrepancy has triggered widespread doubts about his honesty. Even though he's celebrated as the wealthiest boxer in history, reports suggest he's faced crushing financial pressure, including a staggering $22.2 million IRS debt from his 2015 taxes. This massive tax bill is likely the real reason he keeps coming back for those lucrative exhibition battles.
Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Stephen A. Smith has been consistently vocal about how worried he is regarding this post-retirement money-chasing strategy. While he accepted the Conor McGregor megafight as reasonable, Smith has been disgusted by the later exhibitions against obviously less skilled opponents. He passionately argues that chasing easy paydays in these mismatched fights is permanently staining the legendary 50-0 legacy Floyd worked his entire life to protect, making him look like a bum in the eyes of hardcore fans.
Nobody the third having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, kind of sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
In one of their most brutally honest face-to-face interviews, Stephen A. Smith directly challenged Floyd on his true priorities. He asked point-blank, "Do you care more about your boxing reputation or just immediate financial gain?" Floyd's response, which focused almost entirely on his entrepreneurial business IQ and his ability to keep earning, only confirmed what Smith and many others feared, that his primary focus has dramatically shifted from being a legendary fighter to being an aggressive.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is, I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
But fear, it's important to point this out about you. You're not just that way when it comes to your family and your children. You're that way with professional athletes. I know NBA players that have relationships with you, professional football players that have relationships with you, etc. And the same thing that you just said that you preach to your children and your family, you've been preaching to them. That seems to be a personal mission of yours. Why?
It's about giving back. You know, I don't have to go on record and talk about the things that I do. I don't have to go on record